We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next. Welcome back to the Daily Helpline. Our next guest has a really common problem. She's working hard to fulfill a dream, but just can't seem to make it happen. Take a look at this.
Hi, I'm Shawana and I'm a dancer. I have been pursuing the dream to be a professional dancer for about 15 years now. I knew I wanted to come here to LA years ago. It is very difficult finding a job. It's hard. The struggle is real. My financial situation, it stresses me out to the max. The thought of giving up on my dream will just pierce my heart, honestly. It's that serious. I am very thankful and grateful that my sorority sister was able to, allow me to stay here in her home. This is what you see, it's like a box. I live in the kitchen, what we call a nook. Here's my bedroom and the refrigerator in the kitchen. There's nowhere we can go to get that alone time. This closet and my little clothes rack in the kitchen is all I have to myself. That's it. I am really afraid that our living situation can destroy our friendship. Miles and Spirit, I need your help.
Ooh, girl. Ooh, you said the struggle is real.
It is.
How real
Definitely.
is the struggle? Tell us seriously.
It's hard. I basically picked up all my stuff and moved out here across the country to pursue my dreams as a professional dancer.
But tell us, what is your question?
Well, my question to you guys is, when is the right time to throw in the towel, basically?
I don't agree with ever throwing in the towel on something that you're passionate about. I don't think it has to be black or white, where it's just all or nothing. I know I wanted to be a professional snowboarder, and then I lost both of my legs to meningitis, and that completely threw me on this different detour. And I started focusing on, okay, I might not be able to snowboard or do what I wanted to do in the way that I wanted to do it, but I can still be involved somehow and still be fulfilled by it. And so I started a nonprofit organization to help other people snowboard. And then in this roundabout way, I then ended up becoming a professional snowboarder, but by staying involved in it. I just think it's really important that you do always pursue your passions, even if they're not your day job.
So I really want to understand, how bad is it that has led you to even be considering maybe now it's time to throw in the towel?
Financial situations. In the situation I'm living in right now, I have to pay rent, and sometimes I get a couple of dance gigs here and there, but it's not much. So then it's just like, when the funds are getting really low, how do I find it the next, how am I gonna pay my rent next month, or the month, planning ahead, how am I gonna do it? It's difficult, and I'm trying to find a job, but I don't want to say I don't want a job, but some people tend to put their focus on working and kind of, get away from what they really came out here to do.
Do you think that there was ever a plan for how that was going to happen and what was going to get her through all of
tell
these
us,
times?
is there a plan?
Kind of. I have ideas, but it's hard when...
No.
Right now, that's about right.
Yeah, right. She said, I have ideas.
Yes.
I mean, it's a fantasy. You come out here and you're like, I'm gonna live this dream, I'm gonna be discovered, and I'm gonna be famous. Right. But then the reality kicks in, and it's like, where do you go from here?
I don't know if the reality's kicked in for you or not.
No.
I think you're self-sabotaging because you're scared to death of your next move.
Yeah.
I think the fear is probably completely overwhelming. And the idea of, if I have to get a job and try to get my dancing career going at night and do this the way most people do it, because you got to take care of your basic needs first,
Yes.
then it won't work. And if it won't work, what does that mean about you?
That I failed myself.
And if you fail yourself, what does that mean about you?
I didn't follow through with my dreams. I'm gonna have to pick back up and go back home. I don't know.
But I feel like there's got to be a way to do both. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be able to survive. But yeah, it takes a lot of hard work to fulfill your dreams, a lot, and it could take 10 years of hard work to do that. But the first priority is to make sure you're taking care of your basic needs. And then even if it's more of a hobby, dancing, keeping that passion alive, but being flexible to it maybe looking a little different than what you expected it to.
Yeah.
So here's what I'd like to do with you, because I don't think it's a problem with you being lazy. I think it's a problem with you being scared. What I'd like to do is connect you up with our resource coordinator, Ryan Martin, backstage, and you guys have a conversation. And I don't know if it's a career counselor or a life coach, but I want to get you with somebody who's going to kind of push you and walk with you and helping figure out how much priority or how much time do I put on finding a job, and how can I hold a job so that I have steady income. Because guess what? When you're stressed about income, it kills creativity.
Yes.
And it kills your passion, your dancing. And so we need to find the appropriate balance. It's going to take some work and effort on your part, but we want to help you get there.
Okay.
If we set you up with that meeting, would you be willing to do that?
Yes, sir.
As a gift from us to you.
Yes.
And the gift you can give us is to follow through with it.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right?
And remember, doing one thing doesn't mean that you're not doing the other. You plan your work and you work your plan. You having a day job doesn't mean you aren't a dancer, and it doesn't mean that you aren't living your dream. In fact, it's quite the opposite, because that is what's going to get you there. Okay?
Thank you.
You take care
Thank
of
you.
yourself. Thank you so much. Okay. We want to thank Shawana for being here, and we want you to stay tuned. The Daily Helpline will be right back after this. Coming up, what it's like even just sitting here.
My heart is racing, my face is hot, and like a tingling feeling in my hands. It's extremely difficult to be here right now. I mean, I can't even believe I'm here. This feels like a dream.
We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.